Hi, I'm Donna from donnaonthebeach.com and welcome to this week's video, which is all about clearing clutter and obstacles. So this month my daily practice has been clutter clearing, and it was one of the practices that I chose because I needed it. Now, sometimes the practices that I choose are things that I already do and that I think that the people who follow me on Facebook and Twitter will benefit from and will enjoy. But sometimes it's something I really need, and clutter clearing was the thing. I have a confession. I haven't done very well with my clutter clearing. Here's one of my lists. This is what I created to help me to clutter clear, because the idea was that every day in November for 10 minutes a day I would clear clutter in a small area and then I'd just get on with my day. And I made a list of all of the places, like the desk drawers, the top of the desk, bookcases, all sorts of shelves and places. And I don't know if you can see on that, there aren't many ticks. To be fair to me, I have started some areas but just not finished them. So I've probably done a little bit more than it looks like looking at that list. And of course this is only 2 rooms. This is just my office and my bedroom and all the places to clutter clear in those places. So, but even kind of allowing for that, I haven't really embraced this practice, which is odd because I know that I will feel so much better when I do it and when I just get it done. So at the beginning of this week, I was thinking, okay, there's only 5 days left of this practice. I need to get on with it, come on, engage with it and really have a go, and 10 minutes every day. And I did most days, and I chose really easy things to clutter clear. In fact, today I chose my makeup bag, which I didn't think would be difficult, but even with my makeup bag, even with an eyeshadow I have never used, I hesitated to throw it away. I really was like, oh, just honestly throw it away. Why is it so difficult to let go of these things? But I just thought it was really interesting, and why I thought it would be the subject of this video. Not necessarily about obstacles to clutter clearing, but just obstacles to whatever's going on in your life. So I started to think about, okay, what is the problem here? Why haven't I engaged with this practice in November? And not from a place of, why didn't you do your homework, you bad girl? Because that is not helpful. You know, if you find yourself not doing something, the last thing you need is for you to then go, well, you suck and you're lazy and you're this and you're that and you're never going to amount to anything and no. All that little crap that goes on in your head, not helpful. It happens, but don't indulge it. You know, let it have its say and then move on and take no notice. So I thought, why haven't I, from a place of curiosity, not why haven't I, but why haven't I engaged with this practice? And there were a few days where clearing clutter would have been difficult to fit it into the day. Even though I was only doing 10 minutes, I had some busy days in November. So it would have been difficult. But I wouldn't have minded missing 4 or 5 days. It was the other kind of 10 or 15 that I missed as well that I'm thinking, okay, what's going on here? And what I love about this is that if you start, so let's say a daily practice or a habit or whatever, and you find yourself not doing it, there is a reason. There's something to be explored. There's something good. This is very coachy of me, I know. But as coaches, we love this stuff because it's juicy, because it wouldn't be that interesting if every client you ever had, you said, okay, go do this, and they did it. Okay, go do that, and they did that. Okay, what's the next step? Here's the next step, let's do that. And they just did it all the time. It would be easy and everyone's life would be perfect if we were all like that. But what actually happens is that stuff gets in the way and stops us from doing whatever it is we want to do. And if you explore that, if you bring it out into the light, one of 3 things happens. Number 1, you start to understand why. And understanding can move it. Sometimes just understanding that actually this is really hard for you can move it, because then you can say, okay, cool, that's really hard for me. I'm going to just be gentle with this practice. The second thing that can happen is that you realise that the thing that's stopping you is completely ridiculous. So one of the things stopping me from clutter clearing is that in the past, what's happened is that I kind of get to a certain point of clutter. I'm kind of up to here with crap. And then I think, that's it. And I go mad with black bags, and I spend about 14 or 16 hours in one day just clutter clearing and throwing everything out that I own. And afterwards, it's very cathartic, but it's also very violent. And I need to be in a certain mood. PMT is usually a good one for it, because you need that kind of, no, I don't want it. I'm throwing it away. So I associate clutter clearing with that kind of violent, yes, cathartic, and yes, great, but quite a difficult process. So I associate it with that. Once I realised that, I thought, well, that's ridiculous, because the practice is 10 minutes of clutter clearing a day. It's not start clutter clearing and then stay clutter clearing for the next 15 hours, 50 minutes. It's 10 minutes. Once the timer goes off, you can go back to your normal day. And I just realised it was a bit ridiculous that was one of the things that was stopping me. The third thing that can happen is that you realise that there is something there that needs to be looked at. And for me, there were quite a few things under it. When I looked at why I hadn't really engaged with this practice in November, one was that I was busy. One was that, quite frankly, my working area and my living area were a mess. So I actually, a lot of the time, preferred to spend that time tidying rather than clutter clearing. Another thing was, as I said, the whole do 10 minutes and then end up doing 16 hours thing. But then the last thing, which is an issue, frankly, was that I like my stuff and I find it hard to let go of things. And I don't know why that I found it hard to let go of an eyeshadow that I've never used. I don't know whether it's some kind of frugality thing, or whether it's some belief that it's wasteful. That's a strong possibility, actually, thinking about it. I'm not sure quite what it is. My mum is someone who keeps things just in case it'll be useful, and I've told her many a time, when they pass away, when my mum and dad go, I'm hiring a skip and just throwing everything out, so she might as well throw it now. So I know that I've inherited a bit of that. But the interesting thing is that I know now that there is an issue there. I know now that is stopping me, that it's something that's kind of making me hesitate. And what happens is that we don't do something, and then we don't explore why we haven't done it. We just assume that we're bad people and we need a smack and we're in the wrong and it's all bad, instead of thinking, okay, well, I'm not doing it, so what's going on? Do I really want to do it? Well, with clutter clearing, yes, I do really want to do it. But then you start to explore all the layers that are underneath it, and all the things, all the obstacles that get in your way. And that is really why people come to a coach in the first place, is to get somebody to help them to explore what's getting in the way of them having a great life. And sometimes it's silly little things that you look at and you go, well, that's just stupid, and you carry on and have a great life. And sometimes it's things that just need a little bit of work. So what I want you to do is I want you to take a look at your own life. What habits, what practices, what things do you want to take up on a regular basis that you're just not doing? And start to look at why. And not from a place of, why aren't you doing it, you bad person? But from, why? What's going on there? Help yourself to understand, because when you understand, you can make it easier for yourself. If you're like, I get it. I want an exercise program, but it's cold out there and I don't want to go outside. So I'm going to make my exercise program indoors to make sure I do it. Is it a question of something that's just daft when you look at it, that's just kind of, oh, okay, I'm not actually going to spend 16 hours on the clutter clearing and I don't need to, so that's just silly, and you can just move past it. But these obstacles, when we don't see them, when we don't know what they are, they can stop us because we haven't looked. And when we shine a light, we go, oh, that's not really an obstacle at all, I'm just going to move on over that. Or you may find a genuine obstacle that's in the way of what you want to do. And if you do the work to change that perception, to change that obstacle. What I'm doing with the clutter clearing is I'm just going to keep it going for another month at least, and just keep going. Make it easier for myself. If I do manage to clutter clear every day, or most days, because it's not going to happen every day, if I manage to clutter clear most days, I'm going to get used to throwing things away and maybe get over that wastefulness problem that I'm having. Maybe get over the idea that I shouldn't really be throwing these things away. And maybe I'll find a better way to do it, to recycle them or whatever. Although I wouldn't recycle my old makeup. I think that's never going to happen. So look at what you're not doing. Get curious, and if you can't get over the obstacles yourself, get help. That's what coaches do. They help you to get over the obstacles in your life that stop you from having the best life possible for you. That's what we do. So get the help that you need to have the amazing life that you deserve. And I would love to hear from you if you also have had trouble clutter clearing and what you did to get past any of that. Can I really throw away an old eyeshadow I haven't used in 3 years and I've never used? Can I really? What did you do to get over that? And I'd love to hear your thoughts on this video too. Also, if you know somebody who you know will benefit from this video, who you know will love this subject, please share it with them. Put it on Facebook, tweet it, send them an email and say, hey, there's this great video about clutter clearing and obstacles. Share it with your friends and help them to make their life the best it can possibly be too. Thank you so much. And next week there will be no video because I am going to be in Rome. It's my birthday treat to myself, so I'm taking myself off to Rome. So I will be back in 2 weeks' time with another video. In the meantime, if you'd like to come over to donnaonthebeach.com, that's my website. You can come and check out all the great videos that are on there and all the other great stuff that's there too. Or you can find me on my Facebook page, facebook.com/DonnaOnTheBeach, my Twitter page, twitter.com/DonnaOnTheBeach, and you will find the new daily practice for December. It'll be announced tomorrow and I think you'll like it. It's one I absolutely love and I'm very excited about. I hope you will come and join in. So that's it from me. Take really good care. See you in a couple of weeks. Bye.